नमस्ते डियर स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम लोग बात करेंगे चोला एम्पायर की, अंडर विच वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग 3 मेन पॉइंट्स। सबसे पहले तो हम लोग देखेंगे द फाउंडेशन ऑफ चोला एम्पायर एंड इट्स रीजन, द रीजन इन विच चोला रूलर्स रूल्ड। ओके, उसके बाद हम लोग बात करेंगे चोला एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की, और थर्ड जो कि बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है चोला एम्पायर में, वो है आर्ट एंड आर्किटेक्चर अंडर चोला रूलर्स। ओके, सो ये है चोला एम्पायर के बारे में। सो लेट्स बिगिन। लेट अस फर्स्ट स्टार्ट विद द फॉर्मेशन और फाउंडेशन ऑफ चोला एम्पायर। सो चोला एम्पायर का सबसे पहला जो किंग था वो था विजयालया चोला। विजयालया चोला captured power and the land from a local feudatory chief. He was known as Mutariar. And he laid the foundation of Chola kingdom in South India during second half of 9th century AD. So this must be clear to you. इसके बाद आफ्टर विजयालया चोला many kings came, so his successors laid the foundation of a strong Chola empire and they expanded the boundaries of Chola kingdom beyond South India. Okay, main successors were Raja Chola and Rajendra Chola. These both were the most important kings of Chola Empire who expanded the dominions of Chola kingdom. Okay, so this was the about the foundation of Chola kingdom in South India. Coming to the administration under Chola Empire. So number 1 point will be villages were the smallest unit of administration under Chola rule, and these villages were known as Or. A group of villages was known as Nadu. Okay, king was the topmost authority and he worked with the help of council of ministers. These ministers were expected to work in close contact of the king, as well as they were expected to undertake royal tours so as to maintain contact with the public and to maintain an efficient administration under Chola Empire. Okay, and the higher officials under Chola Empire were known as Perundaram and Sirundaram. Perundaram and Sirundaram. Next point, the main source of revenue for the kingdom was agriculture tax, the tax collected on the produce of agriculture. Okay, it was fixed at 1/3 of the produce that was calculated after a survey. And there were many other taxes under Chola Empire. These were levied upon customs, tolls, mines, forests. So these were the other taxes that were levied under Chola kingdom, and these formed the main sources of income for the Chola kings. See, next most important point that we need to discuss under Chola Empire is the architecture under Chola kings. This is the most important topic of Chola kingdom. The Chola kings built a large number of temples and patronized art and architecture under their rule. Okay, so Chola temples became the center of huge activities, a number of activities such as political activities, economic activities and cultural activities. Okay, many kind of meetings or assemblies were held under the temples, and Economic activities, cultural activities took place inside the temples, such as arts, such as crafts and dances. Okay, so temple architecture followed a unique style of Dravidian architecture. Dravidian architecture. Now, what are the important characteristics of Dravidian architecture? You need to remember two most important points of Dravidian architecture. What are they? First important point is their vimanas or huge towers were built upon the temples. Vimanas or huge towers. Also, the Chola temples are famous for their royal gateways. Royal gateways or gopurams. So these are the most important characteristics of Chola temples, or we can say Dravidian style of architecture, vimanas and gopurams. So Chola temples became huge and they contained all these characteristics. Okay, most famous Chola temples are Rajarajeshwara temple or Brihadishwara temple. This is dedicated to Lord Shiva and it was built by King Rajaraja Chola in 1010 AD. This is built in Tanjore or the modern city of Thanjavur, which was the capital city of Cholas. So this is the most important temple built by Rajaraja Chola. Another temple is Gangai Kond Cholpuram temple. Gangai Kond Cholpuram temple built by the king Rajendra Chola. Okay, he built a new city of Gangai Kond Cholpuram in present day Tiruchirappalli district, and he built a temple in that city. Okay, these are the two most famous temples that were built under Cholas. There are many temples that they built. Okay, so you need to remember these two temples that were built under Chola rulers. Coming to the sculpture. Chola rule is famous for its metal and stone images. Okay, artists use bronze to make images and statues that became the masterpiece of Chola period. Okay, so bronze statues of Chola period are world famous. One such example of a bronze statue is the statue of Nataraja or Dancing Shiva. Dancing Shiva statue that was built under Chola patronage. This Nataraja image is the masterpiece of Chola period, and this is found in a temple at Chidambaram. So this is all that you need to know for Chola period. Okay, we'll meet next time with a new topic. Till then, keep following my channel History Seeko. Thank you.